community tab, and a lot of people said that they wanted to learn how to do the Powerslide. So I'm just going to move a little bit all the way here, see if I'm still in the frame, and then all the way here, I'm still in frame. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to do a Powerslide. And basically, for those that don't know what a Powerslide is, this is a Powerslide. That is a Powerslide. If you didn't see it well, I'm going to do it again towards this side. Well, that is a Powerslide. So basically, it's a very quick and effective way to stop, and it's also like a very nice freestyle move you can do. You don't necessarily need to do it to stop, but then most people are doing it to stop, and a few other people are just doing it to slide around and stuff like that. So I'm going to give you like 5 basic tips to learn how to do this. So tip number 1 is you have to be comfortable on your skates, moving forwards, moving backwards. And then tip number 2, which is very important, you have to be able to move backwards on one leg, this way. Okay. The reason why that is important, you are going to see that shortly. So basically, the way I do my Powerslide, you don't really see me do a complete 180. But to someone that is now learning, basically what you have to do is you have to move forward, and then you have to jump and get into a 180 position, that is going backwards, and then you do the Powerslide. And eventually, as you progress, you'll be able to just move forward to backwards and then directly into your slide. I mean, so what's going to happen is, like I said, you have to be able to move forwards and backwards, and then you have to be able to move backwards on one leg like this. Now, if you are a beginner getting into doing a Powerslide, you have to be able to, like I said, move forward, and then you have to be able to do a 180. If you don't know how to do a 180, I did a short tutorial about that. It's in my live video, so if you check like 2 videos back, you would see that and you can learn that. So basically what you want to do is go forward, get into a 180, and then as you are moving backwards, you have to stretch. Now, you have to find a surface that is a little bit smooth than this place, because with this place I have to put a little more energy. But if you are on a smooth surface, basically what you do is when you turn into your 180, you have to stretch. And when you stretch, your leg has to be stretched fully, and it has to be like in a little bit of a wide distance. I mean, because if you stretch and your foot is just here, you wouldn't really get any slide. So you have to stretch the slide foot. It has to be in like a 45-degree angle type of position so that you would be able to slide. So I will get into the stretching later, but here is what you have to be doing. You have to move forward, get into a 180, and then you stretch, right? Now, if you are able to get that, if you are able to get into your 180, when you stretch, you don't put all the pressure on your right foot, that is on the sliding foot. Depending on which foot your sliding foot is, if your sliding foot is your left or it's your right. My sliding foot is my right on my Powerslide. So when you come forward and then you get into your 180, you don't put all the pressure on your right foot. If you put all the pressure on the right foot, it's going to get stuck and you would fall backwards. Here's what is going to happen if you put all the pressure on your right foot, right? So it means you are not going to slide, right? And then basically, like I said, when you stretch, your whole leg has to be in like a 45-degree angle position, like this. And you have to bend your knee on your left. That is, if you are sliding on the right, you have to bend your knee on your left. So you can just practice like a simple exercise like this, just to get your stretching right. And again, like I said, for a beginner, you go forward, you do a 180, you turn backwards, and then you stretch. You stretch your sliding foot, which in my case is my right. For you, it could be your left. The reason why moving backwards on one leg is important is right before you stretch, for those few seconds, you are going to be on one leg, right? So like this, you go backwards. That few seconds before you stretch, you're on one leg. And so it's very important to be able to go backwards and move comfortably on one leg a little bit. So I'm going to like do a quick demonstration again for you guys. So like I said, to do a Powerslide, you should be able to do a 180, and then you should be able to move backwards, and you should be able to go backwards on one leg, right? So you go forwards, you jump into your 180, and then you stretch your sliding foot. Like I said, you don't put so much pressure on it. And if you are just starting out learning how to do the power slide, you don't have to put in too much speed. Because if you put in too much speed and you don't get your sliding foot right at the right angle, you are going to get stuck, or you are going to slide way too much. And you don't want to get stuck. It's better to slide far away than to get stuck, right? So what I'm going to do again is just another quick demonstration, and then that would probably be it, right? So you want to go forward, get into a 180, and then you stretch. And when you stretch, you make sure your feet is at a 45-degree, so you are able to get the slide out of it. And then if you are able to get it right this way, eventually you wouldn't have to like turn all the way to do your 180. You can just go and then you do your power slide, right? So I'm going to do like a very good slide for you guys to see, both in the way I was demonstrating it and then the way I do it personally. Hopefully I'm still in the camera frame from here. You go, you do a 180 jump, and then you stretch. I can get a little bit of slide from here, but then like I said, this surface is pretty rough, and I can't slide much from here. But if I put in more energy, you'd realize I'll get a little bit of slide, like this. You go forward, 180, you slide. Yeah, that's a very good one. So most importantly, like I said, you have to be able to go forwards, you have to be able to go back, and then you have to be able to go backwards again on one foot, just a little bit, and then you have to be able to stretch. So you should be able to do a few warm-ups like stretch, because you are going to be in this position. You have to practice like stretching in that position. If it's your left leg your slide is on, you do the same thing. You practice stretching on your left leg so you can get that angle correctly, and then that should be it. And you should be practicing this more if you want to be good at it, right? Like only skating makes you good at skating. So the more practice you put in, the more hours you put in practice, you get this. And be sure to have your protectives. I don't have mine here, but that's probably not a good decision. But that's just me. I recommend you get yours if you are learning this, so you have more confidence in your jumping tricks and your sliding tricks. So hopefully this helps you, and I'll see you guys again on another session. Have a great day.